killing me.
I am. I'm trying. Okay.
We just don't have a lot to say. I think you need to bring the group, speak like Stephanie does. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I can't be Stephanie. That's for dang sure. So, all right. William is enrolling. That's amazing. Yay.
That's awesome.
That's so great. Okay, so guys, awesome. What I wanted to, see, and I start talking and then you want to share.
Sorry.
Tanisha, what's up?
I'm just a little nervous, that's all.
Oh, that's I don't know why. Yeah, share, please.
I guess I'll go ahead. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Since I started, I had learned a whole lot and everything, and I'm very grateful for this training. It has really helped me out. I'm very appreciative of it.
Oh well, I am really glad to hear that. So I understand nerves, and you can join the rest of the world because, especially speaking in front of people is the number one fear in the world. Think about all the crazy, scary things are out there in the world. Speaking up in a crowd is the number one scariest thing for people to do. So you're not alone, Hen. Just curious, as you shared that, what is one thing that has helped?
It's very time consuming, which I enjoy, because I have all day, so that's not the problem. It just, just trying to reach the goal and get to where I need to be. I'm just learning as I go. This is kind of like new to me.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Very excited.
Wonderful. And thank you for letting us see your face. You're beautiful, and I love to see your eyes. I can
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So are you. Thank you.
I'll be forgetting that I had the phone laying on the couch, so that's why. So
you're good.
I don't have nothing standing up. Thank you.
Yeah. So real quick, what is your goal? What is like a short-term goal you have with Isagenix?
Okay, I'm a consultant now. I've been in this for like 2 months, so I would love to be like a consultant, then a manager, then a executive. So if I could make like $1,000 a week, then maybe like $2,000 a week, and then 6 figures, then a millionaire club. I would love that.
Of course, and it's just one step at a time. So that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. So I'm really excited that this is what you shared as your goal, because it is about, there's lots of ways to go about this, guys. What tonight's topic is about leadership and how to really step into that belief that you can do this, all right, that you can be a leader and that you can go to the next level in Isagenix. Now, some of us come into this business and we already have a lot of the skill sets it takes to be a leader, or we already have large networks, or we just simply have a really big belief in ourselves, right? And so we can just move forward. But most people really struggle in at least one of those areas, right? At least one of those areas. And one of the things you're going to hear, especially from stage a lot, is this idea that in Isagenix, you get to earn as you learn. Okay? You get to earn as you learn. And that is why, for example, that is why our compensation plan, guys, is so amazing. And I wish I could just shake everybody and help them see. I won't shake you, but I wish I could, to help you wake up and see how incredible our compensation plan is. Because listen, there's no doubt that network marketing is the greatest secret in the world. It's the thing that people just don't really understand, and yet more 6- and 7-figure women and men come out of it than any other industry. So it's like the greatest kept secret, and there's a few reasons for that. One, it's scary. Two, a lot of the companies that you join in this industry, you have to really, and when I say really, I mean, you got to really put your skin in the game. We're talking years and years of putting your skin in the game to do anything. All right. Most companies, you have to work. And then in 10 to 15, 20 years, you might start making some money. All right. But with Isagenix, Kathy Coover, and I know it was the whole executive team and her brilliant husband, but really I highlight Kathy Coover, that she made it possible that new people brand new to this industry that had no idea what they were doing and had very limited time could make money right out the gate. And that is why the compensation plan you share, they share, repeat is so powerful, because you can actually make really good money in the beginning as you're learning right away through the bonuses on packs, through the rank advance bonuses, through the residual income, through cycles. Like, we can make money right out the gates, and then we can continue that money, that income increasing through the years, through the residual income part of it, and through the leadership pools. So that's beautiful. And I'm just going to share one example. You know, I started 7 years ago, and the only thing out of that list that I shared, the only thing I really had was a really big belief in myself, that I could learn any of the skills I needed to learn to do something. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what Isagenix looked like, how it was going to bless my life. I just knew that I needed income now. All right? Anybody else like that? I mean, I just knew that I needed income like yesterday, you know? And I knew that the products that I was consuming were doing something really amazing inside my body. And it was lighting me up like, you know, like somebody had reached inside of me and turned on a switch for the first time in my life. And with those two things, I just went for it. And what's really cool is my first year in Isagenix, I did hit a six-figure income, which is not typical, but totally possible, especially when I was a stay-at-home mom with 3 babies, like 3 children under 5 years old, right? So I was able to do that. A lot of that income was front-end money, okay? A lot of that money was because of Kathy Coover. That 6 figures wasn't just residual income that other companies you have to put years of work in to get. A lot of that was bonuses because I did a lot of enrollments. I rank advanced, so I got those bonuses. I hit leadership bonuses in the leadership pools, which were just incredible. And I got the residual. So all of that added together, I created a 6-figure income, okay? Now here's what's amazing. Year 2, I surpassed that income, but most of that income, year 2, was residual. You see what I'm saying? So year 2 was mostly residual. How incredible is that, guys? Like, it still blows me away and just makes me feel so much gratitude. So I know I'm sharing that because I know that so many of you want that right now, okay? So how do we do that? All right, now, one of the things that I love to do with my new customers, and maybe you might want to implement this, I've learned it from a lot of other leaders and adapted it my own way. In fact, Susan Sly teaches this, and like I said, a lot of leaders teach this. When I enroll a new customer, I have pretty direct conversations with them. And the reason why I do this is because I want to be on the same page as them. And I don't want to like beat around the bush because that feels icky. Even when it's like my nerves, right? If I'm nervous and so I don't talk to somebody about all the parts of Isagenix, it might come off as icky to them, like I have something to hide. When in reality, I'm just nervous and scared to share, right? And so I just share it all. Like I just share and I say, listen, I'm going to share with you everything. I'd love it if for the next 15 minutes, you have no inhibitions. Like you just like let go of any past experiences you have, any doubts or fears or whatever. And if you could just for 15 minutes be open to what I have to share and see where you fit in all this. Would you be willing to do that? And everybody says yes. I've never had a single person say no to me, because how can you say no to a question like that, right? With no expectations, I just want to have a conversation. And so I simply ask them, listen, there's 3 places you can belong in Isagenix, all right? You can come in like so many people and be a happy product user and love the products just like I do and have a great experience and use them to the day that you die, right? That can be you. Or maybe you're a product shared. Maybe you're someone who loves the products, you're really enjoying it, you're having results. Maybe your neighbor or your friend or your sister or your husband, ask you about them and you share with them and you start earning some income, possibly even eating for free, which is what my goal for everybody is, okay? Just by being a product of the product. Or you might find yourself wanting to be more like I am, where I came in maybe for the product, but then within a few weeks, I knew that I wanted more. And within a few months, I was earning an income and I wanted more and more and more because I loved what it did to me. I loved what it was doing to other people. And this became a full-time income for me, right? And I'm creating a legacy for my family, all right? So those are your 3 options. And what's cool about Isagenix is that you aren't like signing a contract. You can come in however you want, and maybe it changes in a few months. But where do you see yourself right now? Okay. And so by having that conversation, you've gotten rid of all the weirdness, or especially the weirdness in the future when you want to talk to them about the other things. You know, if you only talk to them being a customer from day one, you know, 2 months into it, it might feel weird trying to sell them on the associate part and sharing and making an income. But if you talk to them from day one and help them make that decision, then it's like the cat's out of the bag. You've had this great conversation and you're both on the same page, and they know that it could change at any time. Maybe they say, you know what, I don't want to share with anybody. That's just too scary. I want my own results. Cool. That's fine. That's great. I support you. But 2 months down the road, when Tanisha's walking around and she's like feeling like Miss Thing and she looks amazing and wonderful, and her neighbor is asking her about it, and her sister's like, okay, whatever you're doing, give it to me. You know, maybe we'll revisit that conversation and say, Tanisha, do you still just want to be a product user, or can you see yourself sharing? Because I can show you how to do it, and you can possibly get next month's order paid for. Okay. All right. So for me, I love the analogy with this. I love the analogy of airplanes and pilots. In fact, I have a pilot on my team. He's an Ironman and he's a part-time pilot. His name is Wallace, and he shared this idea with me years ago, and I've always loved it. He shared with me that, you know, when you're as a pilot and you're getting ready to go up into the air, regardless if you work full-time as a pilot or if you're just a part-time pilot, or if you just do it as a hobby, regardless of whatever 3 categories you're in, see how they parallel to what I just shared about being a customer, share, or an associate? Regardless if you're a hobby pilot, a part-time pilot, or a full-time pilot, you still have to do a few things the same across the board, right? In order to get into the air, every single pilot has to do the same thing. Everybody, okay? And in all 3 of those categories, here are the similarities. And I'd love for you guys to share in the chat your thoughts on what, if there's other similarities that maybe I've missed. All right. First of all, you have to be a product of the product. We don't enroll anybody that wants to have worse health. We don't enroll everybody. Their goal is to gain unhealthy weight with Isagenix, or to have more fatigue or more stress, or maybe they sleep too good and they want to stop sleeping so good. You know, like, no, like that doesn't happen. Everybody across the board, whether you're earning an income, you're a millionaire, or you don't want anything to do with the comp plan, everybody has similar goals, which is health, moving better, feeling free in your body, feeling free of the limited, you know, the limitations of our physical self. We all want to feel amazing, and we want the convenience of this incredible nutrition, right? Across the board, no matter who you are. Just like a pilot needs an airplane with tools, they need a runway in order to get off the ground and get into the air. Like, they need those similar things, right? Okay. The other thing that all pilots need is speed. Like, you can't go slow and get in the air. I don't care if you want to fly for an hour or fly for 10 hours. Like, you got to get some speed to go. And so that is why the you share, they share model is so powerful. Because regardless if you are, you know, a Jimmy Smith, and he has made millions and millions and millions of dollars, even though he didn't even start his business until he was in his 70s, guys. This man is a legend in Isagenix, right? He still had to get some speed to get moving, okay? Just like Tanisha, you've hit consultant. You've already put your foot on the pedal. You might think that you're going slow, but you're already a consultant. That's a huge victory, all right? That takes some speed, all right? And the next step is manager, all right? So you're basically just sharing with your 2 people how to do what you just did. Was it really hard to get to consultant? No, it's not that hard to get to consultant. There's billions of people that want to feel better. All you got to do is go to Walmart and you'll see that, right? There's billions of people that want to feel better, all right? So you just have to share. And when you can show your people how simple it is, they're more likely to share. When you have these kind of conversations like we're having now, they'll realize this is not so hard. I don't have to be a weirdo. I don't have to go start making cold calls all day long. I don't have to do all the crazy stuff. Like, I'm just sharing something I love. All right. If you want to open your chat box, you can. Like, what are things that you guys share for free? What are things that you currently already share for free? What? Let's see it. I'm at to open my chat box because I had that closed. All right. So what are some things that right now today you would share with someone for free, regardless if you get paid or not? Because you just love it. It's changed your life. It helps you out. It's convenient, whatever. What is it? All right. Restaurants. Easy. Okay, what else? You got a great carpet guy. You got a great pair of leggings that feel real good and make your butt look good. I mean, like, what are the things that we share? All right, we share those all day long for free. Okay, good, Stephanie, there's a bunch of them. All right, these are the conversations you get to have with your friends and your customers and the associates on your team, is you help them realize leadership, guys, just means that we're all doing the little things. Leadership does not mean that you're a Stephanie Beebe and you're running Zoom calls and you're running trainings and you're doing calls early in the morning and you're doing all this stuff. Maybe one day you aspire to be Stephanie Beebe. We all do, right? But today you're just doing you. Today, right? Today you're just doing the basics that earn an income. 7 years ago when I got my first 6 figures, I was not doing early morning calls. I wasn't doing team trainings. I wasn't holding opportunity meetings. I wasn't doing any of those things, guys. I was just sharing, like I shared restaurants, books, movies, clothes. I was just sharing, okay? But I was intentionally showing all of my customers how easy it was to share, okay? And if I made a buck, I was letting them know that I made a buck. All right, Teresa, if I made $250 for hitting manager, I was telling all my customers, oh my gosh, I just hit manager. I just made like $500 and I didn't even do anything. You did it. Like, you became a consultant and I just earned this money. Like, that was incredible. And what was happening? They were going, well, I want to earn that too. If I did the work, then why aren't I earning that? Okay, well, you have to do it too. Show your people how to share. Look how simple this is. Okay. We make leadership look like some big thing, like you have to be the next Tony Robbins or Brene Brown. All right. Being a leader.
No, actually, you make it easy, but it's not as easy with some as you make it. But it with you, Stephanie, Kimberly, you guys make it like so amazing and so easy and so like phenomenal. And I'm like, OMG. I'm like, it's not that easy. No. But no, you guys, I mean, you rock it. That's the truth, but it's not that easy.
Yeah. So, well, then tell me, Teresa, what do you feel is the hard? So what's the hard do you feel like in leadership?
You know, the goofiness is that I've been in sales and I've had my own business. I've done some pretty remarkable pounding of pavements, literally, like, to get clients driven 300 miles a day. And this business is so funny because the product is so amazing and so delicious and so like off the charts that the people that I talk to like can't afford it because of COVID or have issues. I'm like, what's your problem? Like, you'll go and get McDonald's and you'll go and get stupid things and you can't take care of yourself. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you say, oh, well, you look good and your skin looks good. Well, this is what I'm doing, but what's wrong with you? So it's just, and they don't get it. Like, there's something that I'm not, they just don't get it. They don't get it. And they think it's too expensive, or they don't want to get involved, or they've tried it and they get bad feedback from Google and all this other stuff. I'm like, don't pay attention to that. Like, that's not, you know, it's amazing product. I mean, this plant-based, I'm telling you, I can't say enough. And I'm even goofier than goofier when I post my Facebook. I don't care because it's all natural. Who cares? But I love, love, love the plant-based. I'm so sorry. Love. And I wish everyone would buy it from me, but I don't know.
No, well, you know what? You're voicing something that every person in this industry is going to face and is going to feel at one point or another. Whether it's they enroll easily, but they can't figure out why nobody wants to become an associate or consultant, or a leader, next level leader, or you're just struggling with the enrollments. Everybody has those trials, and there's always something to be learned through those trials. You know, maybe it's, you know, maybe you need a new circle. Maybe you need to expand your circle of influence and get people that are ready. Maybe you just got to put more skin in the game because people are just kind of watching you and going, is this for real? You know what I mean? Like there's so many factors that go into this. The things that I'm sharing right now, it really is that simple. Okay. And I shouldn't use the word easy, because anything in life that's worth gaining, like you really truly want, it always takes some sacrifice, some dedication, some humility, and some learning, you know. But the point is that it really is that simple. All right. And you just got to find your niche. Maybe you needed to look at your conversations a little bit and figure out what you could shift or change in your conversations. And there's always, amazing, my dog is having bad dreams. Millie, are you chasing something? Okay, you're okay. She's a puppy and she has lots of dreams. Anyway, does that make sense, Teresa? You know, there's always something to be learned, and I will tell you that every time I've hit like a plateau, whether that was in my health journey or in my business journey, it was always an opportunity for me to learn and do some self-reflection and figure out what could I change, do differently, or how could I look at things in a different light. Okay. All right. Okay, Tanisha, did you want to share something?
Well, what I can say is, since I've been on the product, it's really amazing. I just can't wait to go to sleep and get back up and drink some more shake. I never felt so good in my life. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have started this a long time ago. Oh.
I say that all the time. You are the best. Yes. So that right there was like a perfect post.
Yes.
Have you ever loved something so much that you can't wait to go to bed just so you can have more of it? Right?
Yes. Like, come on. The day is not going fast enough. Yes. If I could drink it all day, I would, but.
That's right. Well, that's a perfect post. So whoever is helping you right now in the business, they can help you put together a post that goes along with that, because perfect, my friend.
And I'm sorry I got to say this, but forgive me for saying this. I told Kimberly it's like drinking liquid crack. I can't even get the word out. What's wrong with me? No, it's just so good.
No, in fact, when I started, I'm pretty sure we all said, I can't believe this stuff is legal. I feel so good.
Yes. It's like I just be jumping for joy. I'm like, is this me?
No, it's not just you. It's thousands of us. One last thing I wanted to say, about leadership, and just something I wanted to share tonight is since we're talking about leadership and what it takes, how many of you are parents or you're responsible for another human being, whether it's at work and jobs or, other areas? Okay, being a leader simply means that you're sharing your wisdom with someone else and you're supportive of their decisions and choices. Being a leader doesn't mean that you know it all. It doesn't mean that you know exactly how to do everything. It doesn't even always mean that you know the way. In fact, this year I have felt so blind as a mother because I have been pushing forward each and every day, not really knowing what tomorrow looks like, right? But that doesn't make me less of a mother or less of a leader because I don't know what tomorrow looks like. And it's the same for us. And because of that, we cannot stand on top of the tippy top of a mountain. We can't stand up there and look down at everybody at the base of the mountain and judge them because they can't see what we see. Yes. And it's very important that we understand that. It can be very hard when something is so great and so wonderful and the person you're talking to has so much potential.
Yes.
But if you can't see the view that you see, we can't be upset with that. It's all about timing, and maybe the timing is wrong for them. Okay, we just keep doing us, and we keep going up that mountain, and we keep showing them how incredible it is, and we keep talking about it, and we look better and better every day, and we just live our life, and eventually one day they're going to say, take me up the mountain, just drag me if you have to, but just take me because I want to see what you see. All right, and maybe they won't ever. All right, maybe they won't ever, and that's okay too. All right, that's probably one of the hardest lessons in leadership, is that we can't force anybody up that mountain. and we can't force their eyes open to see what they don't see. They have to take their own journey. Okay. All right. One more thing I wanted to share before we close here, because I know we don't have, oh, it's time. It's already 6:30. How in the world did that happen? So we're not gonna, I can share the compensation plan still, unless you guys want to watch it in your own time. But I simply wanted to just remind everybody that when the way looks rough and people are saying no, or you're not getting a lot of bites when you fish out there in the world, like, just keep going. Please keep going. I shared this week on a call that we had, you know, I read this story of two partners that they each bought a plot of land next to each other on a mountain, and they both were searching for gold. And maybe you've heard this before, but I'll send you the link if you ask for it. But they both were searching for gold, and they mined, and months and months and months passed, and it just seemed like they were never going to hit gold or hit that success they were looking for. And so the one guy, you know, he just said, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. I got to take care of me now. It's not working. I'm not seeing anything. And he sold his plot to his buddy, and he went his way. All right. 1 week later, this friend starts mining his buddy's land, and 5 feet, guys, 5 feet from where he stopped, he struck gold. All right. We can't always see what's around the corner. You don't know the potential of the people that you're talking to, the customers already on your team. You don't know how close somebody is to saying yes to you. You don't know how often they're following you and silently stalking you. You just don't know. All right. But what is the other option? Like, what's the alternative? If not this, then what? All right. We're building legacies here. They don't come cheap and they don't come easy. We're building futures. We're not building today or just tomorrow. Like, we're building futures, and it takes work. It takes sweat equity. All right. And through all of that work and sweat equity and sacrifice, you're growing yourself, and you're showing those around you how incredible it is to go after something you love, and all the skills and all the attributes and all the things that you gain along the way. It's not easy, but it's so worth it. I know you guys are already incredible leaders. Even if you don't know it, I know you are. Lead with your heart, speak your truth, let everybody around you know what it is that you want. Share that with your customers and your friends and family, and I promise they will start to feel what it is that you're going for. And that's more important than anything else. All right. You guys are amazing. Have an awesome week. I can't wait to meet you all in person. And next week is going to be amazing, guys. Next week is with Bethany Krause. And I believe Janine is joining her sister. And it's going to be a great, great, great call. She's going to be sharing some incredible tips and lessons she's learned on how to create consultants. So if that is your struggle right now, you better tune in. And what a perfect time to plug your associates or customers in. If you have 1 or 2 or 3 or more, plug them into this call. Let them know Bethany's going to teach you how to do this. All right. I know you're scared. I know you're nervous. Plug into this call so you can be taught by one of the leaders in our company on how to build consultants. All right. Hey, you guys are amazing. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.